Hello my queens and kings, and welcome to Tips Tuesday. My name is Juju and I am the founder of Train with Juju. This is our weekly Tips Tuesday where I will be going over the questions that you asked on my Instagram. Whether you are trying out for an NFL, NBA team, college, high school, or you're just a beginner dancer wanting to know where to start, this Tips Tuesday is going to be beneficial for you. Let's get into it. I'm ready. Okay, so for our week 2, I'm just gonna freeball it because I do better when I am just able to wing it. So here we go. All right, when trying out for the Laker girls, was technique a big part of the audition? So if you don't know, I was a Laker girl for 2 years, and the 2 years that I tried out for the team, technique wasn't a big part of the audition, but it is a skill that they do want to see from you. You should have your basic double turn, high kick, calypso, leap. They do want technically trained dancers, and it's not like you need to be a ballerina, you don't need to be perfect, but you need to come in knowing those basic skills. So I would make sure to prepare for that if you are trying out for the Laker girls or just honestly any team in general. All right, question number 2. In 4 counts of 8 of improv of an in-person audition, how do I incorporate my dancing with tricks? That's a really smart question to ask, because there's a lot of times I've been in an audition and a girl just like throw the same high kick over and over again, and I'm like, oh girl, we gotta make this fluid. So I think in the moment when you're improvising, you're doing it on the spot. So you gotta just think about, how can I seamlessly add this in? So say you're doing like, I don't know, like a booty roll, and you're like ball change into a calypso. So you wanna make sure you're thinking commas, not periods. It's not abrupt. You want it to just flow. And also important though, to not be a run-on sentence. Also know when to stop and when to breathe. So when you're improvising, my biggest tip for you is try to make things flow as best as possible and have moments to breathe, because you don't want to overwhelm the judges in front of you. Let's go to number 3. How can I boost my confidence when dancing next to others in small groups? My queen who asked this, the best way to boost your confidence is to not look to the side of you. Trust me, when you're in class, you're intimidated. You're not against, but you're next to these girls who are talented, but you have to remember, so are you. So what you need to do is focus on you and only you, because the moment you start comparing yourself to the girl next to you, you're done. Your mindset is done. So when you're in class, watch people for inspiration, but not to lose your confidence. Watch them to be like, oh wow, that was really cool. I really like the way Kelsey did that, but I'm gonna take that and do it for me. But instead of getting like jealous about it, let that inspire you and to help you the next time you go out for groups. Question number 4. What are professional teams' requirements or rules about tattoos? So from my experience on both college and pro, you gotta cover your tattoos. Not every organization or team wants to see them. You could still try out if you have tattoos. Don't let that deter you. But when you go to the auditions and if you do make the team, I do know for a fact you will need to cover your tattoos. Question number 5. Tips on improving performance quality. So performance quality is one of my specialties. I love to perform and I love to teach people how to perform as well. So the best way to become a really good performer is you gotta get confident within yourself. And confidence comes from preparation, right? So if you're just talking about performance quality, something that I really love to do is listen to music. I listen to music and I really sit in it and say, how does this make me feel? And when I'm driving in the car, I will sing along to it or lip sing or practice my facials. Maybe the person next to me thinks I look crazy, but I don't really care. That's what helps me get into it. So if you ever have a combo or a dance that you're just really want to improve in your performance quality, I would close your eyes, listen to that song, and think about how it makes you feel and practice your facials in the mirror. It's not silly, it's an art. This is what you need to do to get better. So you should be willing to do the things that other people are not in order for you to get to where you need to be. Question number 6. Do all teams require a solo performance? No, they do not. Maybe there's a moment of improv, but not every team requires you to do a solo, but that's your job to do your research. So whether that's a college or a pro team, you need to know whether or not they require a solo, and you come prepared with one if you get to that next step. Question number 7. Is it immature, high school vibes, to have 2 different color palms for pro classes or tryout? Absolutely not. I think you should go in with whatever you want to do. My personal opinion is I would probably come in with the same color, but I don't think it's unprofessional. I think you just need to do what you feel most confident in, but I use black palms and that's just what I like to do. But everyone's different. Some people like a little pop of color. I just choose not to. Number 8, let's get into it. Are there any tricks you should know besides basic technique, example aerial, kip up, or toe touch when trying out for a team? I mean, I think the basic tricks are what you named, but also basic technique that you should have is a high kick, calypso, center leap, front leap, double turn. But for tricks like what you had named earlier, it really is different for each team. So do your research, watch the dances that they do, see what they're throwing, and then I wouldn't say you like need to kill yourself to try to learn them, but maybe at least try them just in case they add that into a video. Question number 9. How much do I need to know about football for an NFL team interview? So for any sports team that you're trying out for, you need to know the basics. So this is my opinion. You obviously need to know the name of the team, the owner, the head coach, your star players, any star players that were drafted, the new recruits that are stars, know how many championships they won that year, and just also know information about the team, like the dancers that you're trying out for, just so you know. But come on with basic knowledge. You don't need to be knowing everything and everything. You don't need to be knowing the score from the 1990s. It's gonna be fine, but just come in knowing your basic knowledge, because when you're prepared and you care about the team that you're trying out for, they will see that and they'll like that about you. I'm flying out for an out-of-state NFL prep class and I'm worried about not knowing anyone. Okay, I want you to know people are so much kinder than you think. Well, at least most people are. I do train all the Train with Juju girl dancers to be kind, lead with kindness, because you never know. And everyone in that room is nervous. And I want you to know that if you go up to someone and you just spark a conversation, they are going to be so happy that you did that. So when you go to these out-of-state prep classes, just know everyone is just as nervous, and spark up random conversations. Like when I'm at auditions, I always just am like, hey, like, what's your name? Like, where are you from? Like, people want to feel community, they want to feel loved. So lead with kindness and lead with compassion, and I promise you the right people will find you. And if someone's mean to you, that's bad on them and they should probably leave. Okay? Favorite go-to lip gloss, lipstick, lip stain. Also, Dancer 101, we do not wear lip gloss because our hair gets stuck to it. So don't do that, but my favorite lip gloss is Summer Fridays, okay? My favorite lip pencil is the Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever. And then I also use Charlotte Tilbury nude lipstick. I think it's called Kim KW. That's my go-to. I love it. That's honestly what I have on right now. Yeah, it looks perfect all the time. I wear it when I go to dance class. I wear it when I hang out with my friends, when I go on dates, just everything. And it always looks good with all my stuff. So yeah, let's see. Last question, let's get into it. Any tips for interviews? Okay, any tips for interviews? My tip for you is to be yourself, because nobody else is you. When you act really nervous or you think you need to be this other version of you, it doesn't read well ever. So I want you to take a big, deep breath and tell yourself, I am amazing and I got this, and they're gonna love me for me. Always be professional. Do not talk casually though. When I say be yourself, that doesn't mean to like start cussing and be like, hey man, dude, like we don't do that. We lead with professionalism always. I call people ma'am. I'm not from the South, but I do that anyway because I think it's a polite thing to do. And I'm always letting them lead the conversation and guide it. And I answer everything politely. I recite the question, and I answer it to the best of my abilities. And also, my last thing I'll say about this, don't lie. Don't lie in your interviews. If you don't know the answer to something, just be like, honestly, I don't have an answer for that. I'm so sorry, but I will think about that, you know? So you're gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. Interviews are scary, but be yourself. Thank you, my queens and kings, for coming to our second Tips Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe and you'll see more videos like this every single Tuesday. And go to my Instagram on Tuesdays to type in your question in the text box, and there's a very good chance that I might answer your question. Okay, talk to you guys soon. See ya.